today would probably be a great day to grab that. If not, that's okay. Um, we work with what we have. So you can grab a yoga block or you can grab something similar to a yoga block. And when you have it, you can come to a nice, comfortable seated position. You can sit on your block if you do have one in hero's pose with the knees folded, ankles tucked behind the bottom. Or you can sit on the ground. That's fine as well. So find something that feels good for you today. And let's take a moment and dive into that. So allow your hips to feel grounded to whatever you chose to put your bottom on, right? So allow your hips to feel heavy to the block or to the ground and feel this connection through your root chakra. Yeah? And it's creating almost a stability inside the body. And when we feel stable and safe inside our body, that can translate into our mind. So take a few moments, get comfortable here, start to feel a little bit safe in the practice. And then when you do establish that safety, allow your eyes to close. Place the hands on the laps, one on top of the other with palms up. Adjust the spine so you're sitting up nice and tall. And as you do this, we are almost forcibly energetically shifting our body. So as we straighten our spine, we're creating space between the vertebrae. We're drawing energy upward towards our mind. The breathway starts to become a little bit clearer. So you may notice that as you sit up tall, the breathing starts to smooth out and slow down. And if it hasn't, allow it to now. Making the choice to fully embrace the moment. Allow your shoulders to relax. And any tension that you may be experiencing in body and mind start to relax, dissipate, maybe even disappear. And just by this small shift, our senses become a little bit sharper, our mind becomes a little bit clearer, and automatically feeling a little bit more present. Take the next few moments to breathe deeply in and out, 5 or 6 rounds of breath. Take one more breath in and complete exhale out. Phew, excuse me. Invite your hands to the heart in prayer position, Anjali Mudra, and ask yourself what you need today, what you need in this yoga class, what you need this week. And set your focus to that, set your intention. My mantra for today is I can only offer as much love to others as I'm offering to myself. And what this means to me is taking the time to slow down with myself, to speak kindly, with care, with compassion, with love, so that I can extend those same attributes to others. Together, let's find an inhale breath through the nose and a soft exhale through the mouth out. Readjust your spine, sit up nice and tall. Relax the hands back to the lap and then allow your chin to fall towards the chest. Take a few breaths here. Notice if the shoulders rounded forward, draw them back. Make sure the spine is tall as the chin relaxes down. On your next inhale, lift the chin up from the chest. And as you exhale, allow your right ear to fall to right shoulder. Bring the left arm behind the back, grabbing onto opposite hip or opposite arm. And then take that right arm and bring it up and over to the opposite side of the head, acting as a weight on your head. So we're not actually applying pressure here with the hands. We're just allowing the natural weightiness of our hand to bring the head down a little bit more, to create a little bit more sensation in the neck. You can relax your left shoulder here and take 2 more deep breaths in and out. Release your right hand. Inhale, lift the head up. And exhale, release the left arm. Inhale, adjust the spine, sit up tall if you lost it. And as you exhale, left ear falls to left shoulder. And for a moment, just let the naturalness of the heaviness of your head take over. And then bring the right arm behind the back, relaxing the shoulder. Left arm reaches up and over and is placed softly on the right side of your head. Allow the weight of your hand to weigh the head down and the right shoulder to relax down and breathe. Release left hand. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, release the right arm and roll out the shoulders a couple times. One direction and then take it forward the other direction. Good. Let's bring the arms up and over the head. Lengthen your spine. Interlock the fingers and flip the palms up. Push the belly of the palms up towards the ceiling. And then a couple side bends. So move to the right, arm stays straight. Move to the left, arm stays straight. You can match your breath. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale center, exhale left. Good. Inhale center one more time, exhale to the right. Inhale center and exhale to the left. Inhale center, exhale hands behind us. So fingertips to the ground, fingertips forward, and then inhale, lift the chest up. Nice little chest expansion here, awakening the front body. See if you can bring your lowest rib cage down and in to activate and engage your core. So you're not pushing from the lower back, you're lifting from the sternum. If the fingertips don't quite touch the ground, you can always have the hands on the lap. Now on your inhale, lengthen your spine, core draws you up. Okay. Let's go ahead and come to hands and knees in neutral tabletop. And you can move your block out of the way for now. And let's stack shoulders over wrist, hips above knees, and start with a few circles around the wrist. Applying pressure to the palm of the hand, one direction, and then switch your direction. Good. Pause here. Flip the palm up one at a time and fingertip back. So palm up, fingertips back one at a time, and you're going to shift forward and back, and be really mindful of this movement. You can always have a small bend in that arm that you choose, just to stretch out the wrist, the back of the wrist. So a part of the hand that doesn't really get a lot of affection. Yeah. All right. Pause here, shoulder stacks, and then carefully flip that hand back over and switch. So other palm up, fingertip back, rock back and forth. A little bend in the elbow if you need. And then flip it back over. Curl your toes under, sit back on the heels, roll out the wrists, open and close the fist, pump some blood flow into the hands. So if you're tuning in live, it's a nice morning class. If you're tuning in at another time, maybe the hands don't need as much of a warm up, but still good to do, yeah? Let's make two fists, and you're gonna align your knuckles like puzzle pieces, right? So aligning each knuckle in between. Push the palms or push the fists together, squeeze the thumb in, and then take the back of the hands to the mat, back of the forearms to the mat. And then as you inhale, straighten the elbows, keep squeezing the fists. And as you exhale, release. Inhale, straighten the elbows, squeeze the fists. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, straighten, squeeze. Exhale, release. Two more. Inhale, straighten, squeeze. Exhale, release. Good. Last time. Inhale, straighten, squeeze. Squeeze the thumb in and hold here. Really create that fist for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your exhale, release down, curl the toes back under, sit back on the heels and roll it out, squeeze it out. Take a few movements. Awesome. And then come on back to your neutral tabletop. Shoulders over wrists. Spread your fingers wide, grip the ground like a cat clawing at a scratch pad. Let your mid knuckles lift up here. Start to extend your right leg behind you and roll out your ankle one direction and the other. Good. And we'll start to awaken the back of the leg. So you want to flex the toes towards your knee. And then as you exhale, you're going to let your toes drop to the earth. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, toes to the earth. Inhale, lift up with the back of the heel. Exhale, toes to the earth for 3. Inhale, lift up. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, toes to the earth. Inhale, lift up. Use the muscles. 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale, lift and hold. So there's a engagement of the core. You're pushing into the hands. Activate the lowest part of the belly. Push back through the heel. Lift that back leg up as high as you can, pushing back through the heel for 3, 2, 1, and gently release. The knee comes to the earth. Good. Inhale, kick the left leg behind you. Flex the toes and then roll out the ankle. So a couple of movements in one direction and then couple in the other. Pause here, toes flex to the knee, lowest rib cage knits down and in. Toes to the earth as you exhale. Inhale, strong leg lifted up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale, lift the back of the heel up towards the ceiling. Push back through the bottom of the heel. Engage the lower body by tucking the tailbone under, knitting the lowest rib cage in, push firmly into the earth. Hold. 3, 2, 1, release. Good. Let's take a round of cat-cow. Drop the belly down, lift the tailbone, gaze up. Exhale, tuck, ground in, draw chin to chest, cat pose. Good. 2 more. Inhale, belly down, cow. Exhale, heart up, cat. One more time. Inhale, move through the pelvis. Exhale, go within. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, quick child's pose. Open the knees, sink the hips back, extend the arms forward, forehead down to the mat. Bring your palms together at the front of the mat and then take the thumbs to the back of the neck. Walk the elbows forward as much as possible. Get a nice little lat stretch here. Few breaths. Okay, release your arms down to the earth. As you inhale, round up to a neutral tabletop. And as you exhale, push it up and back for your first down dog of the day. We'll start to pedal out our legs here. We'll move our hips, move our head, move our shoulders. Good. And then pause in stillness. Create that cat clawing at a cat pad. We'll say that 10 times fast. In the hands, so spread the fingers wide, really grip the ground. Pull your fingertips back. Push your chest back, lengthening your spine. So think about tilting your tailbone upward towards the ceiling. And if this really creates a strain in the back of the knees, you're going to bend your knees softly here so that you have a little bit of buoyancy in the knees. And then readjust the spine. So lift that tailbone up. Push into the hands, create an opposing action. So you're pushing down in the hands as you pull up with the tailbone and breathe here. Breath in. Big sigh out, breath out, let it go. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill up. Stick your tongue out. Exhale, let it go. 1 more time. Make all the weird noises. Exhale, let it go. Gaze forward, walk your feet forward. Okay, find your way to a ragdoll. Bend the knees, grab opposite elbows, let the head hang heavy. I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, right? You just gotta let that stuff go. Find a little sway side to side, weights tilting forward towards the balls of the feet. The beauty about practicing at home is that you're free. You're free to make noises. You're free to do whatever you want. You're free to stop, start, whatever feels best in your body. And so that's what we go for at these home practices, yeah? Let's go ahead and release our arms down to the earth and nice and slow. You're going to round your spine up to standing. Stack the head up over shoulders last. And take a moment to arrive in the space. Greet the new day, this new feeling with a big breath in and a complete sigh out. And let's just take a moment, shake it out. Shake it out. Shake your hands, shake your wrists, shake your feet. Let it go. Do something a little funny. Good. And again, if you can't laugh at yourself, what's the point? Yeah? All right. Let's go ahead and take it through 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar. A breath to movement. Inhale, arms come up and overhead, palms together. As we exhale with a nice strong active core, we're going to forward fold, hinge at your hips. Bend the knees as you come down if you need to. On your inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulders drop back. As we exhale, we'll step back to our first plank. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhale, exhale, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, belly in and up. Exhale. Good. Stay for 1 more full round of breath. Inhale, exhale. Good. Firm the thigh bone. Shift the weight forward. Inhale. Lower the body down to the mat. Exhale. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra pose. Pause in the cobra, shoulders drawing back. Squeeze your little elbows in towards the rib cage. Push the tops of the feet down to the mat, and then hover your hands off the ground here. So you'll feel your lower back activating. Take a breath in, breath out. Go one more inhale here. On the exhale, you're going to lower down, hands to a push-up position, curl the toes under. Inhale, lift it up to a high plank pose, nice and strong. Exhale, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So the modifications with those planks of getting down, getting up is knees down, of course. So modify these postures as you need to in whatever way feels best for your body. On your next inhale, we're going to take our gaze forward, and as you exhale, you're going to jump, step, walk your feet forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, arms come up and over. And exhale, hands to heart center. Anjali Mudra, letting go. Let's continue on. Inhale, Urdhva upwards to Urdhva Hastasana. I'm sorry, I kind of butchered that there. Palms come together, lean back, biceps at the ears, lengthen the tailbone down. And as you exhale, you'll forward fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And as we exhale, you're going to step back to a plank pose. Okay, let's take 2 rounds of breath here. Inhale, shoulders over wrist, exhale. Inhale, tailbone tucks, exhale. Good. This time, inhale, shift your weight slightly forward, shoulder stack over wrist. And as we exhale, chaturanga, you'll bend through the elbows, lowering down halfway, keeping the body nice and strong. Inhale for an upward facing dog. So flipping to the tops of the feet, thighs and knees are lifted off the mat, elbows straightened, shoulders drawing back, heart pulls through. And as you exhale, push your hips up and back, rolling over your toes, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breath in. And let's sigh this out, let it go. Take your gaze forward, bend the knees, jump, step, walk your feet forward. Halfway lift on your inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, arms come up and over, Urdhva Hastasana. On exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. So let's do one more round just like that. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So we step back to plank, shift the weight forward, shoulders over wrist. Exhale, lower down halfway by bending your elbows, keeping the body strong. Inhale for an upward facing dog. Thighs and knees are lifted off the mat, shoulders drawing back, heart pulling through. And as you exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So from here on out, that transition will be called a vinyasa, and you're more than welcome to skip it and meet us here in downward facing dog always. When you're ready, take your gaze forward, bend the knees, jump, step, walk your feet forward. Halfway lift on your inhale, forward fold on the exhale. Arms come up and over as we inhale, and hands lower to the heart. Exhale, letting go. Good, so that's Surya Namaskar A. That's a salute to the sun. And again, if you're joining me this morning, we are greeting our sun hello in these morning hours. All right, sun salutation B. Hands are going to come behind the back, so we're going to have some modifications in this one. Hands come behind the back, interlocking the fingers, palms come together. Lift the shoulders up by the ears and rotate them back so the scapulas plug in towards your spine, right? So it feels like your shoulders are engaged. Take a little small bend in the elbows to help maintain the palms together. And then we'll squeeze those scapulas together, those engaged scapulas, and start to lift the sternum up. Ooh, and this should feel pretty good in the outside of those arms and the shoulders. Yeah? Lowest rib cage hits down and in, heart lifts high. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, you're going to forward fold. Hinge at the hips, bring the belly down to the thighs, the arms come up and over. And just pay attention what happens to your shoulders here. Are they coming forward? Can you draw them back? I like to think of imagining my pinky fingers lifting up towards the ceiling. You can even straighten those little pinky fingers out and lengthen them up, 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 helping to guide the arms up. And on our next inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So the knees bend, knees are behind toes, and then we'll release the arms, bring them up and overhead, or extending forward out in front of you. So whatever feels back better on this lower back here. Tuck your tailbone in, lowest rib cage, knitting down and in, arms working high. maybe sinking lower. Big inhale, forward fold as we exhale. Halfway lift as we inhale. And Chaturanga Dandasana as we exhale. Jump, step back. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Big breaths. Let's inhale, sweep that right leg up towards the sky. And let's flex all 5 toes down towards the yoga mat. And pull the toes back towards your knee. Push back through the heel like there's a wall behind you and you want to place your heel on the wall. And if you want a little bit more lift, you can bend your left knee. See how that affects the posture. And as we exhale, we're going to gaze forward, bring our right knee to our nose. And pause here, shoulders come over wrists. Take your gaze forward, quietly step that right foot forward, release the left knee down to the ground. Inhale the arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. I'm having trouble saying the names today, posture names. Let your body hinge into the hips, arms are up and over. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, hands lower down to the heart. Inhale on the tall spine, and exhale, we'll twist to the right side, hooking the left elbow outside the right knee. And so I want you to push that right hand into left. Create an energy lock here. And left elbow pushes into right knee. Knee pushes back into elbow, creating this nice chain of energy. Yeah, gaze comes up and back, or back and up. Yeah. Good, let's inhale, twist forward. Exhale, plant the hands to the earth. Inhale, take a half split. Pull your hips back. Lengthen your heel forward to push your heel forward. And this is a great place for some blocks underneath your hands. So if you have 2 blocks or 2 books or 2 towels, right, we want to place those blocks underneath the hands like so. This will give yourself a little bit more lift, allow you to get a little deeper in the posture. And lengthen your heart forward as you inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to let our elbows bend. And you'll notice that this takes your chest a little bit down. Let the chin fall towards the chest. Find your breath. And as you inhale, take your gaze forward. And as you exhale, slide your right heel back, bend into the right knee. Plant your hands on the earth. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back to a 3-legged downward facing dog. So we're back to that 3-legged down dog, right leg is lifted. Take an inhale. Lower your left knee all the way to the ground as you exhale, coming back to that 3-legged neutral tabletop. Inhale here. Exhale, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows, lower down halfway as if in Chaturanga. Your back leg's going to go up. Inhale, straighten the elbows. 2 more. Exhale, a little push up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, 3-legged down dog. Lift it up and back. And then bring the right foot down to the earth. Good. And let's pedal that out. Some good work there. Starting to get a little bit warm in my room. Always feels like heated yoga in this bedroom that I'm in, my workspace. All right, yogis, let's go ahead and inhale. Lift that left leg up towards the sky. All 5 toes are going to face down towards the yoga mat. And again, if you need to access a little bit more lift in that left leg, you can bend your right knee. Okay. You're going to inhale, lift that leg up as high as we can, and exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Good. Shoulders come over wrist, hollow belly, round spine. Take your gaze forward. Quietly step left foot forward and release the right knee to the earth. Inhale the arms to the sky. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. And we want to let ourselves sink into it. Now, if you're a loosey-goosey, very flexible person, you may want to focus on your core engaging, and that's going to help protect your spine here. So when we hinge our hips forward, right, the lower back kind of does compress, but if we knit our lowest rib cage down and in, that's going to protect your spine here. Stay for another breath in. Lower both hands to the heart on the breath out. Take a nice tall spine on your inhale, And as we exhale, we're going to twist to our left side, hooking that right elbow outside the knee. And again, push your left hand down as your left knee pushes into right elbow. And the gaze comes back and slightly up. Breathe. Let's go ahead and inhale, twist back to center. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Inhale, pull the hips back, straightening the left leg, and maybe slide that left heel a little bit forward to the front of the mat. And again, if you used blocks before, this is a great opportunity to use some blocks here. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen our heart forward, rotate those shoulders back. And as we exhale, we're going to bend those elbows, folding over that straight leg, feeling a little stretch in the hamstrings today. Breathe. What are your toes doing? Are they relaxed? If they are, pull the toes back, activate the foot. You want your foot to look nice and strong here. Right. Breath is fluid. Mind is clear. Focus on the body. Take your gaze forward, bend your left knee, walk those hands forward. Curl those right toes under, lift the right knee off the ground, and then inhale, step that left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. And take a moment, everyone catch up. Good. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring right knee down to the ground, coming to that neutral or to that tabletop with the leg lifted. Take an inhale, shift the weight forward, exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, lift back up, exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, lift back up, exhale, bend the elbows, nice strong core. Inhale, lift back up, exhale, three-legged down dog, left leg lifts up and back. And then bring the left foot down to the earth. Go ahead, pedal that one out. Awesome, yogis. When you're ready, take your gaze forward, bend the knees, jump, step, or hop the feet forward. Halfway lift on the inhale, on forward fold on the exhale. Whew. Arms come up and over on the inhale. On hands lower to the heart. Exhale, let the eyes shut down. Big breaths. Right. Go ahead and open your eyes. Take your hands behind the back. So let's make this our non-dominant grip. So that's going to be your outside finger in, inside finger out. Palms together, a little bend in the elbows. Lift the shoulders up by the ears. Rotate them down the spine. Lift the sternum up. As we exhale, we're going to forward fold, hinging at the hips. Belly's going to come down towards our thighs. Arms are going to come up and over. And once again, what are your shoulders doing here? Are they scrunching up by the ears? How's that feel? Can you lengthen the pinky fingers up towards the ceiling? Find that chest expansion. And how does that feel? On your inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, drop hips, bend knees, arms come up. Tailbone tucks, lowest rib cage knits down and in. Thumbs come back. On our inhale, rising up to staff, draw your left knee in and up towards your chest, straightening the right leg as you do this. Find a stacking of shoulders over hips. Left knee is right in line with that left hip. We want to make sure that left leg's nice and active here. Good. As we exhale, we'll lower our hands down to heart center. Lean forward, kick back, warrior three. So move slowly here. Allow your chest to come parallel to the earth as the left leg kicks back. Can you draw your right hip crease back? All 5 toes of the left foot are facing the earth. And then extend your arms out to a capital T position. Pinky slightly up. Ooh. Start to bend right knee, step left foot to the way back of the mat. Inhale, arms to the sky, high crescent lunge. Tailbone tucks, lowest rib cage knits down and in, right knee stacked over the ankle. Let's lower our hands to the heart. Release left knee down to the earth. Good. Take an inhale here. Exhale, move into that twist once again. So elbow outside the knee. And now, curl your left toes under, and you're welcome to stay right here for right now. Or you can curl the left toes under and start to lift the left knee off the ground. We're all going to meet here in a moment, so take your time. Right hip is drawing back, elbows pushing onto knee, knee to elbow. Good. If the knee is down, start to lift it up. Take your gaze just outside those right pinky toes and then step your left foot forward, twisted chair. Two hips stay in one line, knees squeezing towards midline. Top shoulders back, gaze is up. Inhale, twist back to center, arms, hands to center. Sorry, hands to the heart. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, jump, step, float back, Chaturanga. Dandasana, up dog, down dog. Gazing forward, bend the knees, jump, step, hop forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, and all right, chair pose, drop hips, bend knees, arm sweep. Inhale, staff. Shift weight to the left foot, pull the right knee up towards the chest. Let this movement be slow and fluid. You don't have to go as fast as I'm going. Yeah? Remember, I'm describing these things to you, so I'm getting there a little bit faster so you can take your time and move in as I describe the pose. Right knee stacked over ankle, knees in line with the hip, arms are up, tailbone's tucked. Core is active. Let's lower the hands to the heart. Slowly start to kick the right leg back for warrior three. Heart's coming down parallel to the earth. As you lower the heart down, the back leg lifts up. Left hip crease is drawing back. And then we start to extend the arms out to a capital T. Pinky slightly up. Core engaged. Invite a small bend into left knee. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, arms to the sky. High crescent lunge. Start to lower right knee down to the earth. Hands to the heart. Take an inhale. Twist to the right, to the left, exhale. Elbow hooks onto the knee. So right toes curl under. Make sure you have that nice good energy lock here. Curl the right toes under and start to lift the right knee off the ground. Good. If you're waiting a little bit longer, now's a good time to start lifting that knee off the ground. Shift your eye gaze to outside that left pinky toe. Take a big step forward with right foot, twisted chair. Elbow pushes into knee, knee pushes into elbow. Gaze is up. Inhale to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump, step, float back, Chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Good job. Breath in and breath out. Shrug your shoulders up by the ears and then release them down. Shoulders up by the ears and release them down. Two more. Shrug the shoulders up by the ears. Shoulder blades down the back. Last time. Shoulders up by the ears and scapulas down the back. Let's shift our weight forward, high plank pose. Bring your feet wider than hip width distance apart. Lower your left forearm to the ground and then right forearm to the ground. Forearm plank. Shoulders are over your elbows this time. Core nice and strong. Tuck the tailbone in. Take an inhale. Exhale. Two more. Last time, breath in and out. And start to lower the body down to the mat. Even arrival. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Lift the chest. Drag the elbows back as you pull the heart through your biceps. Push the tops of the feet down into the mat. Breathe. And let's gaze to the right and gaze to the left. Good. Bring the gaze back forward. And then exhale, shift your gaze downward. Curl your toes under. Inhale, lift up, forearm plank. Feet more than hip width. Tailbones tucked. Push into left hand, and then push into right hand, high plank. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Shoulder stabilizer. Let's go ahead and inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky. This time, bend the knee. Open the hip. Right shoulder slightly down. Keep the core active, engaged, involved in the postures. Let's go ahead, bring right knee to right elbow. Take it over to left elbow. Draw knee to nose, and then quietly step forward. Inhale to a warrior one. Bring your back heel to the earth. Railroad track your feet. So make sure those toes are in line with the hips, and then, or heels in line with hips, and then inhale, arms to the sky, warrior one. Bad morning to lose my hair tie. Very hot. All right, palms together up overhead. Right knee is stacked over the ankle. Anchor into the pinky toe edge of left foot, lifting the inner arch of left foot. Good, let's go ahead and inhale, straighten right leg. Exhale, hands are going to come behind the back. So a couple options. You can bring the fists together here. You can bring the palms together in reverse prayer at the base of your spine, or you can start to lift the fingertips up between the shoulder blades. Push into the big toe of the right foot. Small bend in the knee if you need, or if you want. Inhale, lift the chest up, and then exhale, start to hinge forward for pyramid. Hinge forward, hinge forward, hinge forward. Maybe bring the gaze down. That might be where you stop today. If not, you can keep going. Ask your hamstrings how far they want to go today. You can let your belly rest on the thighs. And final posture, full body draping over right leg. And inhale, lift your chest up, activate the core. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, arms to the sky, warrior one. Exhale, hands to frame right foot. So you can have your hands on blocks or on the mat. You're going to look forward, hinge into right foot, lift left leg to the sky, standing split. Right hip is drawing back, lift that left leg to the sky, relax the crown of the head down. So option to stay here today, or take right hand behind the ankle. Maybe you want to stay here. Maybe you want to bring left hand behind the ankle. Work your balance. Try to get that left leg high up. Utilize the strength of that hamstring. Lifting the left leg to the sky. Breathe. If the hands are behind the ankle, bring them back to the earth. Bring right knee behind left. A little curtsy action. Inhale, kick left leg behind you. Exhale, left knee behind right knee. Inhale, left leg behind you. Exhale, left knee behind right. Bend right knee as you do this. Squeeze the knees together and then set left foot to the outside edge of the right side of the mat. Outside edge of the right side of the mat. Inhale, bring the hands to heart center. And exhale, twist to the right side, hooking left elbow outside of right knee for a little Shiva squat with a twist. And inhale, come back to center, plant the hands on the ground. And exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, lift left leg to the sky, standing split. Good. Now, option to play with 3 handstand hops here, or set the left foot to the back of the mat, take a vinyasa and meet in child's pose. So if you're going to take the handstand, you're going to bend right knee, sweep left leg to the sky, and then soft landing with right leg. Try it 3 times. And then plant the left foot behind you, right foot steps back, take a vinyasa if you want. And then together we meet in child's pose. Couple breaths. Go ahead and inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Let's inhale. Sweep the left leg to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. Final side, final standing sequence today. As you exhale, left knee, left elbow. Take it all the way over to the right. Draw knee to nose. And then look forward, step forward. Warrior 1. So back heel comes down, 45-degree angle. Inhale, arms to the sky. Left knee is bent. Hips are squaring off, palms together. Looking up, lengthening. Active in the back leg, pushing into that pinky toe edge of back foot. Getting a nice sensation all along the front of that right leg. And inhale, straighten left leg. Exhale, take the hands behind the back. Reverse prayer. So fists or palms together or fingertips up between the shoulders. Lift shoulders up by the ears. Rotate them back so scapulas plug into place. Push into the toe mound of left foot. Lift the heart. Hinge forward. Hinge. 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 Bring the gaze down when you can't anymore, or maybe the belly comes to the thighs. And again, the full variation looks like the body draping over the leg, the hip drawing back, left hip drawing back, and feet strong, right? The elbows active, shoulders drawing back. Keep with your breathing through the uncomfortable. Take the gaze forward, bend the left knee. Inhale, arms to the sky. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, hands lower down to the earth. This is where you can put your hands on the blocks or on the mat, yogi's choice. You're going to look forward and then shift the weight into left foot, lift the right leg to the sky, standing split. Left hip is drawing back, all 5 toes of the right foot are facing the ground. Now, micro bend in the left knee will help lift that right leg higher, just like that theme we've been working with all class today. Micro bends are your friends. Yeah. As we exhale, right knee comes behind left for a little curtsy squat. Inhale, lift the right leg back up towards the sky. Exhale, knee behind knee. Inhale, lift it up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to knee. Deeply bend that left knee. Set the right foot to the left side of your mat. And then inhale, bring the hands to the heart. As you exhale, twist to the left side. Hook the right elbow outside of left knee. Gaze is up. Breathe. And inhale, twist back to center. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale to a standing split. So again, this is a great place to work on the handstand hop. Otherwise, you can bend that left knee, set the right foot to the back of the mat, step back, take your final vinyasa, and meet in child's pose. If you're going to play with that handstand hop, grip the ground firmly with the hands, bend left knee, and then swing right leg up. Do that 2 more times. And then we'll take our final vinyasa together. Meet in a down dog. And then take it to your child's pose. Last child's pose. Go ahead and walk our hands back, lift the heart up. Whew. Great work today, y'all. Let's shift our hips to one side, extend the legs forward. You're going to lift the legs up, come into your Ardha Navasana, boat pose. Lift the chest, shoulders rolling back. Activate the core, belly in, up. Extend the legs forward, chest back. Hover above the ground, and then slowly bring the back body to the earth. Good, a couple breaths here. Inhale, draw the knees in towards the chest. Massage your lower back. Plant the feet on the earth, set up for bridge pose. So feet hip width distance apart. And if you do have a block, you can put the block between the knees here. And that's going to create a great tactile feedback to squeeze the inner thighs together, activating your inner thigh muscles, right? So just a little added bonus. If you don't have a block, but you have a towel nearby, you can do the same thing with a towel or a pillow or something to create a little feedback between the knees or between the thighs. Let's plant the hands on either side of the hips, and then you're going to push into both feet. Lift the hips up, tucking the tailbone under, lowest rib cage knitting down and in. So we're creating that hollowing of the belly here and the strength of the back of the legs. Take your hands, interlock them below your sacrum, and gently wiggle your shoulders in. Push into the pinky fingers as you lift the hips up, lengthening the tailbone down. Breathe. And release the grip of the hands first, leave the shoulders where they are, and then slowly, as you exhale, lower the hips down to the earth. Take your time. When your lower back touches, wiggle your shoulders out. If you do have a blocker towel in between the knees, remove that. Bring your knees together, let the feet move to the outside edges of the mat, and gently windshield wiper your legs left and right, releasing any compression from the SI joint. Let's pause here in center. Bring the right ankle over left knee. And then inhale, draw your left knee towards your chest. Interlock the hands behind the knee. Good. Figure four. So we want to flex both feet here, protecting our knees, and that left knee is drawing in. And right knee is going to want to move in a kind of a weird way, right? It's going to kind of want to move closer to us and let the hips move out of engagement. You're just going to want to square off your hips by drawing your right hip crease down, and that should help activate your leg. And it'll create more of a sensation in the back of this leg. So it's to believe that you're getting a little bit deeper of a stretch. Yeah. Let your breath be here. Let it be fluid, slow. And I want you to return to your intention. Maybe you made a mantra out of that intention, or maybe it's just a one-word intention. And I want you to take a few moments and repeat that to yourself. And if it's just a word, maybe you can change it to I am that thing. I can that thing, right? Whatever that thing is today. And slowly start to release the grip of your knee and let your left foot fall to the earth. Keep that right ankle crossed over left knee, and you're going to heel toe left foot out just outside the mat space. And then let your hips and knees swivel to the right side. And this may take some further adjustment. You have to move that left foot out a little bit more. And you can bring your arms to a capital T. Now, if this does become too intense, just let your right foot slide off and hang out in the twist. And return to closed eyes. Let the right foot slide off the left knee, and we'll inhale, bring the knees back to where they land, and let's heel toe the feet back to center. Maybe you have to move the hips a little bit. So left ankle is going to cross over right knee, and inhale is going to pull right knee towards your chest, interlocking the hands behind the right knee, flexing both feet here. And again, please notice your hips and your knees and what's happening. Are they moving in a certain direction? Can you draw your left hip crease down? Does this help align? Does it create a bigger sensation, less? Is it painful? If it's painful, I'll ask that you move out, and then just ask yourself, where do I feel this? What is this sensation? Identify it. Describe it. Is it tingling? Is it warm? Is it localized? Or does it spread to your entire body? Is it more physical? Is it more emotional? How deep can you get into your practice? Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or physically? Is there any point where you lose the sensation? Does it become greater? When you breathe deeper, does that help, hurt, hinder? Where are you in your practice today? Is your practice meeting you where you are? Are you meeting your practice where you are today? Take another breath here. Release the grip of the foot. Set your right foot to the earth. And then heel toe your right foot to the outside edge of the mat towards the right. And then let the knees shift and drop to the left side. And again, you might need to move and shift here. And your arms can come out to a capital T as you do this. If it becomes too intense or you need to move or shift or change any placing, do so. Explore your body. And if it's too much, remove the left foot from the knee and just hang out in the twist. And then return to those questions. Where do I feel the sensation? Identify the sensation. What does it feel like? Is it tingling? Is it warm? Is it stretching? What does stretching mean to you? Is it a physical sensation? Is it an emotional sensation? How am I embodying my yoga practice today? Let's start to let the left foot slide off the right knee. You're going to sway the knees back up towards the right, and then heel toe the feet to center, and maybe even scoot the hips back to center. Draw the knees in towards the chest, and let's wiggle side to side. So let your feet set to the earth, and last few poses, we're going to move into a shoulder stand here. And I know some aren't comfortable doing shoulder stand, and that's okay. So I'm going to teach the modification first for shoulder stand. And the modification is either a blanket, a bolster, a pillow, a towel, or a block. You're going to lift your hips up and bring that block underneath your sacrum. You're going to hold on to the block on either side, and then each leg is going to extend upward towards the ceiling. Okay? And so this is your variation for shoulder stand. Okay, so I just want you to be there for a few moments and breathe, let your body relax. And if you're taking shoulder stand, the non-supported shoulder stand, we're gonna start with our legs forward, hands by the hips. We're gonna inhale, lift our legs up towards the ceiling. And you're also welcome to stay here. You're gonna push into those hands, lift the hips, and bring the feet up and over. Interlock your hands and wiggle your shoulders gently in towards each other. Release the grip, so release the interlock and bring the hands towards your lower back. Walk your hands towards your shoulders. And this should take all the weight out of your shoulders and bring it into the back of the head and into your triceps. And then slowly, one at a time, the legs lift up as the weight shifts in towards your hands. So it should feel like we are supported by our hands. Weights on the triceps and in the back of the head. There's no weight in the neck or the upper back. And if there is, I ask that you come out of this pose and take care of your body, listen to your body and what they're saying. So there can be a little bit of fold here, a little bit of a 45-degree angle. And breathe. And one at a time, we're going to slowly bring the legs behind our head. Once again, plow pose. Release the hands from the lower back. And then slowly, slowly lower the spine down vertebra by vertebra, letting the hips come down last. Feet come up towards the ceiling. And if you're in the supported version, you're going to start to lower your feet down to the earth, press into the ground, lift the hips up. And if you're here, coming out of shoulder stand with control, core control, lower the heels down towards the mat. Hug the navel in towards the spine as you do this. Try to keep your lower back pressed to the earth. Bring your hands next to your hips, push into the elbows, lift the chest. Rotate the shoulders back, lift the heart up, and then drop the crown of the head back. Fish pose, Matsyasana. Couple breaths. One more time. Nice and slow. Lower your back down to the earth. Draw your knees towards your chest. Find your way to happy baby, knees opening wider than the rib cage, grabbing the outside edges of the feet and rolling around. Being happy. And if there's any final movements that you want to take in your yoga practice, now is a great opportunity to do those. Otherwise, we're going to start to draw our knees in. Give ourselves a little hug here. And then slowly extend the legs to the front of the mat, coming into your final Rashtra Shavasana. Taking one last inhale through the nose. And offer a big sigh out through the mouth. Shavasana. Offer a bigger breath to your body. Let your head move side to side. And then begin to extend the arms over your head and the legs out in front like you just woke up from a nice little morning nap. Draw your knees towards your chest as you turn the body to one side in the fetal position, utilizing the bicep like a pillow and for a moment nourishing the body, mind, and soul. Slowly, slowly push into your free hand, rising up to a seat, holding the eyes closed or taking a soft gaze. Draw your hands to heart center and offer your intention to the universe one more time, either out loud or in your mind. And we'll seal this class singing the sound Om one time. You can join me if you'd like. First, a full round of breath in and out through the nose. And inhale for Om. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring the thumbs to the third eye as we bow the head. With love, with joy. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for being here today. All live classes are at the same time, except for Saturdays, still 30 minutes prior to. Check the website for your local times. And if you have questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out, feelgoodyoga@gmail.com. Other than that, I'm wishing you a beautiful start to your day or end to your day or whenever you're catching this video. Thank you for being here. Namaste, mahalo.